We're back now at the Commissioner Couch. Coming to you with the Week 9 review. Man, what a week. Game of the week. Loose Cannons versus Dogs. Dogs put up a very respectable 85 points this week. Good enough to beat 5 other teams. But what can you do when the team you're playing sets a new record for high score? Woo! 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 Didn't quite work out very well. And that's exactly what Loose Cannons did. They hit 160 on the pointometer. Now kids, that's not high score of the week. That's not high score of the season. That is high score in the existence of the Peanut Butter Jelly Time League, topping the 156 points that the Pitons scored way back in 2006. Don't worry, dogs. Even though Loose Cannons beat you by 75 points, it wasn't even good enough to hit top 3 in margin of victory. Because who could ever forget the 105-point loss that Loose Cannons dropped on Cats with Guns back in 2008. So for the Cannons, they placed 6 in double digits. As you could imagine, a lot of players in double digits. They were led by 34 points from the Packer D on Sunday night. That game on Sunday night, right before Wade Phillips got the axe for his terrible Dallas team. T.O. continues to explode. He had 28 on 141 yards and 2 touchdowns. Vic playing out of his mind, his first game back, coming back from injury. He scores 27. D-Jack shared in some of that Vic love with 20 points. Brandon Jackson had 18. And Ray Rice, a lowly 17. He had 180 total yards in that game, Ray Rice did. Dogs had 5 in double digits. They were led by his D as well. The G-Men had 18. And in a related story, Loose Cannons is working the waiver wire as we speak because the Packers have a bye this week and half of his team isn't playing anymore. So good luck with that waiver wire working there, Loose Cannon. 3 others reached the 100-point mark this week. First one up is Pilot Lights versus Sheboygan Headbangers. Pilot Lights win this one 109-44. It's the second loss in a row for Sheboygan Headbangers, now at 5-4. Pilot Lights move up to 6-3. 4 digits and double digits for the Pilot Lights, led by 37 points from Patriot steamrolling Peyton Hillis. Hillis rushed for 184, added another 36 receiving, and scored 2 touchdowns. In that same game for the Pilot Lights, Brady added 20. Sheboygan Headbangers only had 2 in double digits, as he did score the low score of the week with that 44 points. Both of these came in the Monday Nighter with the Steelers defense scoring 12 points and Ben Roethlisberger scoring 11. Take away those 2 guys and the fact that Chad Ochocinco had 1 point, the Sheboygan Headbangers scored only 20 points all of Sunday. Pitons, they put an end to the monkey win streak as they win 105-89. 4 in double digits for the Pitons, led by Arian Foster's 33 on 127 rushing, 70 receiving, and 2 touchdowns. The Saints D had 28, Breeze had 20, and Braylon Edwards found the end zone. He had a touchdown as part of his 11 points that was scored. He had 78 yards receiving in this. 74 of it was on that 1 touchdown catch. And believe it or not, somehow or another, Butterfingers fumbled too. So take that away from him. 4 in double digits for the Monkeys as well, led by Peterson's 144 total yards and 2 scores for 26 points. Last in the 100-point club is Manbunga Knights. Manbunga wins for the first time in 6 weeks, so way to go, Manbunga Hold. He defeated Master Killer 103-83. 4 in double digits for Manbunga, led by Rogers 33. Also here, Hakeem Nicks continues to light it up. He scored 20 on 128 yards receiving and a score. 3 in double digits for Master Killer, led by Hakeem Nicks' quarterback Eli Manning. He was the top guy. He scored 29 points for Master Killer. Next up, Rockers vs. T-Dub. Looks like the T-Dub boys are getting a little bit too much radiation. They fall to the Rockers 90-63. 4 in double digits for the Rockers, led by Castle and Wallace, each with 19. T-Dub had another huge game from Phillip Rivers. He scored 33 points, including 4 touchdowns. But the only other player in double digits for T-Dub was Janikowski. He had 11 points as that field goal kicker. T-Dub started at 3-2, looking good. Has lost 4 in a row, now sitting at 3-6. The good news here for T-Dub is he's in the Stewie division, and they can't seem to win a game, any one of those teams. Collectively, they have lost 9 games in a row in the Stewie division. Last, and again, not completely a dog, is Cats with Guns versus Super Simon. The Cats litter the field and dump on Super Simon. I'm working on my cat references. They win 83-54. 4 in double digits for the Cats, led by Turner's 24 on 107 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Cutler added 22 points. 3 in double digits for Super Simon, led by the Ravens D with 16. That makes a total of 4 defenses leading their respective teams scoring, and 1 was actually the second highest score, so that's 5, almost half the league with their defenses in the top of their scoring. Maybe Fletch was on to something here a few years back when he drafted that Panther D in the first round. Maybe he was just ahead of his time, trailblazer. And correct me if I'm wrong, but is that 2 Fletch references in 2 weeks of reviews? He was really something else. Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah, 2 Fletch references in 2 weeks. Ted Nugent. 9 weeks into the season, we still have 8 of 12 teams above 500, including the entire Quagmire division. Did I mention that the Quagmire division holds the number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5 power rankings? All due respect to the Pilot Lights, who hold that number 1 rank. Still, all but 1 team within 2 games of their respective divisional lead, and the 1 team that's not there is only 3 games out. And we only have 5 games left to play. It's just completely, again, incredible, blowing my mind. Pick 'em, guys. It's Wednesday night. I'm just getting this out. I don't know. I've been on the website certainly yesterday. I've been really good about getting those things up and running early so we can make our picks. This was probably the worst week to be running late because games start in less than 24 hours. But Pick'em is up for Week 10, so make sure you get your picks in. But last week, Week 9, Man Bunga does it again. 6 right this time. He has led scoring in Pick'em 4 weeks now out of 10 and continues to lead. He now has a total of 35 points. Rockers are in second with 29. Cats with Guns and Pilot Lights tied for third. Made up a new word. I'm a poet and don't know it. I cracked myself up. Anyway, those 2 guys, the arch nemesis that they are, tied at third place with 28 points. Obviously, with so many teams playing well, there's a lot of great games on the slate this week, but none of them can top the Loose Cannon Pilot Light matchup that's coming up this week. We have the 5-4 Cannons. They take their Packerless team on the road to face the 6-3 Pilot Lights. Pilot Lights coming at essentially full strength in this one. They got a couple of Chargers on bye that don't really score any points anyway. But that's why we play the games. So, and really, in all respect to Loose Cannons, since they are now our league high scorer in all of eternity, the early preview only has the Pilot Lights at a 1-point favorite. So remember, get your Ravens and your Falcons in the lineup. That game starts in less than 24 hours. We got that a Thursday night game on NFL Network. It'll be here on the other commissioner couch. So we got that game coming up. That's the first of every week now. Going to have Thursday games. We have our trade deadline coming up. That'll be the beginning of the week of Thanksgiving. So we got about 2 weeks left for any trades that you guys are working on. So don't forget about that. And so now, what do we got? We got games on Thursdays, games on Sundays, games on Sunday nights, games on Monday nights. Pretty soon, at the end of the season, we'll have games on Saturdays too. Football 5 days a week. You gotta love that. So, coming from the commissioner's couch, Week 9 in the books. Week 10 coming up. See you guys soon.